But I wonder, can that really happen? The utopia you're talking about, is this a part of the natural state of things, utopia? Do you really believe in utopias? Are you just another California Democrat? Joking. But seriously, how can man, flawed, lawless, contradictory man, sustain a utopia? How can one make that work?
So I think that those visions of utopia have always existed. And if this conversation you and I are having, we could have had this 25 years ago, and it's me telling you about this thing called the internet.
Yeah.
Well, Steph, but we've already got the telephones and the fax machines and handwritten letters, and quite frankly, nothing can replace in-person meetings. What do you think the internet could really do to change things? Now, obviously, I don't want to insult your listeners' intelligence. Everyone knows the good that the internet has brought, the convenience.
Yes.
But let's get to the corruption and inconvenience and addiction, and just there's a general grossness of fake news, echo chamber bullshit. Can't trust shit about anything right now. So yeah, a course correction is necessary, and it's going to happen, and it's actually already happening. Now, you guys are going to hear, you've heard these buzzwords before, and you're not going to fully understand what I'm talking about, and that's okay, because it's just like, again, the internet in 94. It's called blockchain. And everyone's heard of blockchain mostly because of the sexy part called cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and Ethereum, and oh my God. So that bubble's already come and gone, right? That first .com 1.0 era of the blockchain revolution already came and went last year. So now what's going on underneath it is what happened to the .com world in the 2002, 3, 4, 5, right as then Google came along and suddenly searching became real. And Facebook came along and that became like really possible to socialize. And then Amazon really survived the downturn. Remember, they almost went belly up as well. And we can't really live without Amazon. And I could go on with that renaissance period that came after the bubble burst. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's going on right now with blockchain. And it's super fundamental about how we can change how the internet functions, the literal protocol level of the internet. And I know that you want to put a bullet through your head as I'm talking about this,
Absolutely
Bret.
not.
Well, I'll just imagine you doing that, so I'm going to get to the point. A rewiring, a restacking, a restructuring of how the fuck the internet works is underway right now. It'll probably take 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years to be fully realized. So just like right now, we can look back and go, wow, the internet has come along a long way. You will not in 20 years be able to look back and imagine how we ever survived with today's internet compared to where we'll be. And it will allow users, again, to have greater control of their online identity, their money, their voting. It will impact more than the internet. It will start to impact society, governance, all of this corruption, everything that we're seeing right now driving everybody crazy in the broken American political system, if that's even supposed to be one of the best political systems in the world. It's so rampantly broken and corrupted, and we all know this, whichever party you're from. But the fundamental mathematics, the fundamental physics of how society functions is in the process of being codified. Now, before you go and imagine AI overlords and we're all so screwed, it's not about that. It's about creating an accountability and transparency and verifiability about every single fact and the evolution and recall of those facts over time. So imagine almost like a Wikipedia for society, where you can go and see and look up all the footnotes of, so how did we get to this particular thing, this event, who is this real person? That's starting to happen, and it's in part going to undo a lot of the corruption and misinformation and echo chambers and nastiness that's going on in Twitter, Facebook, and everywhere.